and how to share the gospel. That I was telling about that gentleness, reverence verse. I hope you all know that famous verse for the apologetics people also. 1 Peter 3:15. So 1 Peter 3:15, there it says, when people ask you for an account of your hope, you should be ready, always ready. So after Hebrews and James, 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 15, there also it begins, sanctify Christ as Lord in your heart. If Christ is not Lord in your heart, if you yourself is the Lord of your life, then actually you won't be ready to give a defense for the gospel. But sanctify means set apart Jesus Christ as the Lord of your life, surrender everything to Him and be filled with the Spirit. Sanctify Christ as Lord in your heart, always being ready to make a defense to everyone who asks you to give an account for the hope that is in you, yet with gentleness and reverence. You know that gentleness and reverence. Actually, you know, we are not here to condemn other people that you are all going to hell, you are all children of the devil. You know, Jesus never came to condemn people. We read that in John 3:15. John 3:17. John 3:16 we all know. God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son so that whoever believes in Him will have eternal life and they will not perish. John 3:17, the very next verse says that for God, John 3:17, for God did not send the Son into the world to judge the world or condemn the world. Some version says condemn the world, but the world might be saved through Him. So Jesus did not come to condemn anybody. So when we also share the gospel, it shouldn't be in a very arrogant way, like as if you alone knows that, you know, you are a superior person, you are going to heaven, and you know all other people are inferior people. Don't, you know, we are just, you know, we are so unworthy people. We are just, you know, we are the, you know, foremost of all sinners, and Christ chose us. By His mercy we have been saved. And when we know that, you know, we will be compassionate. Out of compassion, we should share the word, we should share the gospel. Why Jesus shared the gospel with people? There we read, there is a beautiful verse in Mark's Gospel, chapter 6. Many a time, I still remember, you know, once actually, you know, when I was in CMC Vellore doing my PG over there, every Sunday there would be some meeting some evangelistic meeting for the Bengali patients over there in the ortho basement there. Those who are going to CMC would have seen this ortho basement there, and also there will be some meeting for the Bengali people. So sometimes after the church and with the hot climate in Vellore and all, we would be so tired and exhausted. So I still remember one Sunday, you know, I was too tired. You know, I was supposed to share in the meeting for those Bengali patients, and suddenly the Lord reminded me this verse in Mark 6:34. Mark 6 verse 34, where Jesus says, where we read, when Jesus went ashore, He saw a large crowd and He felt compassion for them because they were like sheep without a shepherd, and He began to teach them many things. You know, that really, you know, Lord reminded me of this verse. You know, when I saw that large crowd of those people, hundreds of people, they are so ignorant, they don't know about Jesus, and they are all gathered over there to attend some meeting, and they are also eager to hear. And when I saw them, you know, I remembered that verse, oh, sheep without a shepherd. The Lord just flooded my heart with compassion for them, and I was so energized. You know, it was just like, you know, boosted up with energy, and I was so, you know, free and fresh in my spirit. And although I was so physically tired, you know, it was I was so spiritually energized, and I remember how, you know, I boldly, happily, compassionately I could share for probably 1 hour with them probably, you know. So, you know, it is that compassion that really drives us, that love and compassion and mercy. We have experienced compassion in our lives. We read that Ezekiel 16 portion, no, where we were, you know, just like that, you know, baby squirming in the blood after being born and nobody to take care of. We read that instance in Ezekiel 16. Sometime you should go and read that portion. And God said, live. And, you know, like that, God had compassion for us, and God said, live. And we were gifted that eternal life. And when we know how much God had compassion for us, although we were so unworthy, then, you know, that compassion will drive us to share the gospel to others.